And here we have Table 2, Evaluation of Test Manuals. Is a sample of 111 boys and 28 girls, American English speaking children who stutter, compared to a group of 578 elementary and middle school aged children who do not stutter. And that's a sample of 281 boys and 297 girls. The sample size adequate for each group is a sample of 139 children who stutter, recruited from fluency specialists throughout the United States. Now to the item analysis. Question, clinical question. Do the test items measure the relevant aspects of communication at an appropriate level in order to answer clinical questions? And my answer is yes. And information needed on details of quantitative methods used to select items and control levels of difficulty during test construction. And now to the manual, the answer. The internal reliability tested is tested by Cronbach's alpha, the equivalent of the average of all possible split half estimates. Reliability, the items of the speak situation checklist, emotional reactions, is 0.95, and for the speech situation checklist, speech disruption, 0.96 for children who stutter, and 0.94 on both tests for children who do not stutter. The behavior checklist tested on odd-even and Cronbach's alpha. The reliability scores is odd-even. With odd-even is children who stutter is 0.83 and children who do not stutter 0.85. The Cronbach alpha scores is children who stutter 0.88 and children who do not stutter 0.91. For the CAT, the communication attitude test tested with Cronbach's alpha and odd-even. The reliability scores as follows: Cronbach's alpha, children who stutter 0.90 and children who do not stutter 0.84. Odd-even, children who stutter 0.88 and children who do not stutter 0.83. And the conclusion is that the behavior assessment battery is a high and statistically reliable instrument. And now to the measure of central tendency. Does the scoring system allow interpretation across a range of expected individual differences? And my answer is yes. And now to the information needed on variability of test scores, average score, the mean, estimates of variance, the standard deviation, confidence intervals, etc. should be available for each subgroup. And the answer here is For the speech situation checklist, emotional reactions, and the speech situation checklist, speech disruptions, see Table 3 in the manual. Measures of central tendency. For behavior checklist, see Table 5. Measures of central tendency. Moreover, the age-related differences in speech difficulty proved to be statistically significant is 9 we refer to CAT, see Table 8 in the manual, and an example is for the age span of 6 years, where you have for children who do not stutter a mean of 7.84 and a standard deviation of 4.59, and for children who stutter is a mean 13.40 and the standard deviation is 6.43. For the age of 13 years, for children who do not stutter, the mean is 3.67, the standard deviation of 3.52, and for children who stutter is a mean of 21.43 with a standard deviation of 4.89. For age 14 and 15, there are no reference scores for children who do not stutter or adolescents. Now to the validity. Does the test measure what you need to measure? And my answer is yes. And now to the information needed on concurrent validity. The relationship between test results and results on a criterion measure should be given. The speech situation checklist measures on emotional reactions and speech disruption correlate significantly with the behavior checklist. See Table 1 in the manual, page 13 for correlations. And second question, can the results be used in clinical decision making to predict future performance? And my answer is yes. And further information is needed on predictive validity. Evidence that the test results can be used to predict future performance on a criterion measure. The speech situation checklist, emotional reactions, and the speech situations checklist, the speech disruption measures, can be said to have criterion-related validity. As clinicians have long observed the association between these variables and the speech-associated responses of avoidance and escape. Moreover, reference to Table 1, page 13 mentioned above, differences between and here you have the difference between children who stutter and the non-stuttering group of children. Reliability test, retest reliability. Is the test reliable over time? And my answer is yes. The empirical evidence of test-retest reliability. The test-retest reliability tested with communication attitude test is in the following papers. That's the publications. Van Rückenheim and Brutton, test-retest reliability investigation from 1992-8, and also a repeated measure reliability investigation of non-stutterers, and that's an unpublished manuscript, University but that's a university paper. For the other tests, and that is a speech situation checklist, emotional reactions, and the speech situation checklist, speech disruption, and the behavior checklist, is not indicated in the manual, but several studies indicated in the reference list. In the test reliability, are the test scores replicable by others? Yes, concerning the communication attitude test, the CAT. The evidence of inter-test reliability RPR.90. And here the answer is that a simulated pre and post study of Johannesson and Vennerfelt in 2000, their data showed that the CAT scores of a group of children in therapy for their stuttering improved in comparison to children on the waiting list for therapy. However, no RPR scores are indicated in this manual. And now to the administration and scoring procedures and the use of qualifications. Can you be confident that you can administer, record, score, and evaluate the test in an appropriate manner? And my answer is yes. Detailed administration and scoring procedures are required in order to ensure that administration and scoring are replicable. And my answer is the manual includes specific instructions for the administration of the separate tests for the speech situation checklist, the behavior checklist, and the communication attitude test. Moreover, case studies providing detailed examples of tests, procedures, and scoring. So I feel quite confident about that.